Welcome to our second bite-sized video in our Professional Development for All series about building and sustaining powerful partnerships with families. I'm Monica Wells, Family Community Program Administrator with the Buffett Early Childhood Institute. Our first video focused on strategies for building trust with families you serve. Whether in your personal or professional life, relationships can only move at the speed of trust. This requires time and patience. Once a relationship of trust and understanding has been established, it must be consistently nurtured. When a powerful partnership is in place, educators and families are well positioned to advocate together for children in their care. In this second video, we will share strategies for sustaining powerful partnerships. We will also explore ways that early educators can advocate with and for families to support young children's success. Over the course of this video, we will answer two key questions. Why is it important to advocate with and for families? And what are some ways that educators can advocate for and with families? We will hear from an Omaha area early educator and a parent who will share their experiences advocating together for a young child. We will also hear from Tiara Harper, an early childhood community coordinator. Partnerships happen when educators actively encourage families to participate in meaningful ways. This establishes a mutually beneficial relationship, one in which educators are committed to listening and collaborating with families, and families are committed to prioritizing their child's education. There are times when families may want to support their children's education through advocacy, and it is important that they do. Being a parent advocate can be as simple as speaking up for your child and their needs, or more complex like requesting special education services. Strong relationships between families and teachers can help educators become allies as families advocate on behalf of their children. Some families are not aware of their rights when it comes to children's school advocacy and may report that they are at a disadvantage or don't feel welcome at school. They may face communication barriers like educational jargon. It is important for schools to recognize and be inclusive of the different ways families advocate for their children based on their cultures, backgrounds, and values. To advocate with families, teachers need to help families recognize their own power and voice and provide opportunities for collaboration. Remember, a child's family is the connective tissue between home and school and from year to year in a child's education. Families want educators to listen to their concerns, provide them with tools to successfully assist their child at home, and work together with their child's best interests at heart. However, sometimes schools may not fully embrace families as essential partners in a child's education. Strong collaborations are contingent upon the willingness of educators and administrators to recognize and understand the family's perspective, to open the lines of communication and help families decode the educational jargon. Once trust is established with families, educators should feel comfortable about reaching out to them for advice and ideas specific to their child. This type of vulnerability demonstrates a desire for true collaboration and a respect for the expertise of the family. How can early childhood educators advocate with families and for families in ways that benefit children and sustain powerful partnerships? We've asked some local experts to share their experiences and strategies.
I'm Amy Doran. I'm the Assistant Director of the Early Learning Center in Omaha, Nebraska.
And I am Lindsay Noonan. Have sent both of my children, Olivia and Corey, to the ELC. Corey was diagnosed with a really rare genetic disorder when he was 7 months old. His main challenges are really common challenges that kiddos have in grade school. So hypotonia, which is low muscle tone. Some of his gross motor and fine motor skills look different than other kiddos. And there's some touch of maybe ADHD, some autistic-like traits. So things that are like very common across just general population. For both of our kids, we're not experts in much, but all we know is we're their advocates and we're their voice. So I think being vulnerable and just saying, hey, we're having trouble with these 3 things. What do you think? And waiting to get their opinion on different techniques to try or strategies with the kid really helps open up that communication and build that relationship.
Definitely. I think one of the great things about working with the Noonans is that nobody is ever right and nobody is ever wrong when we talk to each other, and it really allows us to be flexible when things work or don't work. It allows us to just really come at this because we're all learning at the same time together.
I have come in feeling like, I'm gonna have a difficult conversation, but it's always met with care and concern and how can we help? So I think like that helps me as a parent kind of put my guard down to really like have a fruitful conversation.
Yeah, because there's a lot of feelings involved when it comes to your child, and when we can realize let's take those feelings and work positively towards something, it just allows us to be more productive.
My name is Tiara Harper. I am the Early Childhood Community Coordinator of Douglas County. I worked in a public school for 6.5 years, and I was able to see some of the ways that I could help families sitting at an IEP table with professionals and not knowing exactly what they were saying, and then being able to support those families throughout that transition. I would say my role in helping families advocate for their children would be never to be silenced. Sometimes we are our children's greatest champions, and so we have to be there to support them.
I've learned that it's really up to us to make sure that he's set up for success, and having that ability to go to the school and say, hey, something doesn't feel right, or he's not learning this, or I want him to be able to learn this. So like, let's be proactive with it. Going to the school because we have that relationship and just being able to voice the concerns, it opens up those lines of communication, because they're really the experts in like the schooling piece and like the milestones and things that he should be learning. I'm not, like I need help with that. So I think I look at them as a partner from his development standpoint to say like, help me understand this, let's troubleshoot this, because I'm not an expert and all I know is I'm his mom and I want him to be able to use scissors when he gets to kindergarten.
It's hard. Everybody wants their child's road to be without any roadblocks or speed bumps. And our job isn't to take away the barriers, it's to help your child walk through them.
When I give families advice, I let them know that this system is a system that should be educating your child too. This system is a system that should be protecting your child too. So always letting them know that there is no right way or wrong way to advocate. Always stand firm in your values and your beliefs, and always, trust that you're making the best decisions for your child. Advocacy is different for all families. Some families will schedule a meeting. Other families will see the teacher outside and want to talk right then and there. I think that as a program, as a school, you should meet the parents where they are in regards to advocacy, because we all know that families love their children and they're going to do everything they can to support their children.
So one thing that I would say that the ELC team did to nurture our relationship was that they were proactive. So if they saw something like, hey, Corey's struggling in this specific area, or he's trying to accomplish this specific task, like, can you help us understand how we might support him better? And I so appreciate that as a working mom and working family, like we're entrusting them with our kids. We can't be there throughout the day, so it's like we're relying on the team to bring us things. So I think from their perspective, just bringing us information or asking us questions about how to better support Corey really set us up for a great relationship.
Definitely, and taking on a perspective shift sometimes is really helpful, because when people come at a situation with a lot of emotion, sometimes it's helpful to think about where they're coming from and what fear they're having moving forward and why they think that this is such a big deal. I think a really important thing for parents to remember is that we're on your team. A lot of times as teachers, we are telling you something that's hard to hear. Whether it's about your child's behavior or their development, it can be really hard to hear those things, and reactions tend to come from places of fear or angry at a situation rather than angry at a person. But as a parent, when you're hearing those things, it helps so much when you remember that the teachers are on your team and we have the same goal as you do. We want to help your child thrive. So one of the things as a provider that I try and do is once a week I try and have just a quick little check-in with all of the parents at our school about something kind that I saw their child doing, a moment of growth that I saw their child do, or a time that their child made me laugh throughout the week. And I think it shows parents that we're really glad to be on your team. We love getting to spend time with your child, and we're with you every step of this journey.
We hope this video has provided helpful information about the importance of advocating for and with families to sustain powerful partnerships. We also hope you were able to take away at least one strategy that you can put into action to be an advocate for the families and children in your care. Thank you for watching the second video in our series about building and sustaining powerful partnerships with families. If you are interested in engaging more deeply with other early childhood professionals and families, we invite you to join us for our upcoming Twitter chats on March 23rd and April 6th at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Follow the Buffett Early Childhood Institute on social media and visit the PD for All page on our website for news and updates. A special thank you to the learning community of Douglas and Sarpy counties for their support of the Buffett Institute and the PD for All series. And thank you for all you do in support of young children and families.